Hello and welcome to another episode of Business Fix. My name is Olayemi Olajide, CEO of the Market Food Shop, and today I'll be having a conversation on tech startups with Oluwakoyejo Oluwatosin. Oluwakoyejo is the founder of Chronicles Software Development Company Limited. His company has been able to reach over 1.2 million users across various continents with cutting-edge IT solutions. He has developed enterprise applications for top Nigerian banks and financial institutions. Few of his commercially viable solutions include successBox, Daily Manner for mobile, Universal Test Engine, and successTAB. He has received an award from the Federal Ministry of Education for successTABs, and he has over 20 years of experience in this space. Hi, Koyejo. It's
Hello, Yemi.
so good to have you here today.
Thank you
I'm not
very
seeing you in
much.
what?
Yeah, in maybe 6, 7 years.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah,
so good to see you after such a long time.
after such a long time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the beauty of social media is that when you keep chatting with somebody, it's just like you see them every day.
True. So let me just go ahead with the questions.
Okay.
Okay. So, what are the basics of building a tech startup?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Yemi. So, what are the basics for us? For me, I would say that the number one thing you need first is a very clear vision. A very clear vision of the problem you want to solve, a very clear vision of the value you want to create. So that's the first thing. And when you have that clear vision and when you have that clear indication of the value you want to create, it helps to inform, other things. And the next thing that comes to mind is your team. Your team is very important. There's this axiom that says that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with other people. So the importance of a team is very important. I remember when I was starting out in the university, I actually started from the final year in university. We started Chronicle software from the classroom of one of our lecture halls. And I remember speaking to a group of friends, about 6 of them, to partner with me to build a company that would transform Africa. That was so we had the clear vision from the get-go. And it was more like an audacious drive. And in that meeting, a couple of them, about 5 of them, came up, and we had the first inaugural meeting. And so it was clear. We laid out the vision, and we got to work immediately. So, but when we left university, only 2 of them were active. So we became co-founders, and we started going. We've been around for 15 years now. So a clear vision on that team is very important. Then another thing I also want to talk about is you also need to have a very clear path to how you want to make money. It's important. Today we have a lot of career entrepreneurs. Career entrepreneurs, they just start a business, they want to raise money, and they take pictures, and before you know, after 2 years they're out of business. It's not sustainable. So you need to find a clear path to making revenue and making money. So that's very important. Those are the foundational building blocks for startup. Your vision, your team, how you want to add value, and how you want to make money.
Financial model.
Yeah. If you say so. I don't want to be too grammaristic.
Okay.
Grammar.
How you make money from the venture.
Yes, from the venture.
What are the top three mistakes tech founders make when building their ideas into a product?
Okay, so I think that it varies from person to person or from startups to startups, but maybe I should just talk about my experience.
Okay.
First and foremost is that people think that, especially tech people, they feel tech skill is the only thing they need to succeed, and that's a very, very big mistake. So your technical skill will only amount to 10% of what you need to succeed. So they do not understand that they need to acquire business skills. and where you need to go to a business school is very, very important. So I found that very early. So after I finished university, I knew I was going to build a company. And even before NYC, I went to a business school. So I was in business school for like 4 months before I went to NYC. I came from NYC. I happened to attend a Bt.1 EDC. That's where we met. So entrepreneurs, one of the mistakes they make, they think that their technical skill is all that they require to succeed, and when they keep going, they burn out very quickly. Because what they need to, or other business skills that they need to scale up the business and to run a very effective business, they see that they lack those capabilities. Well, another mistake that I think entrepreneurs make is that sometimes they have an over bloated, worldview about what they want to achieve. So I'm not saying you shouldn't dream big. It's good to dream big, but sometimes you need to draw the line when you dream big and when you are not properly articulating what you want to achieve. So that's one thing. Then entrepreneurs, startups today, tech founders, like you say. So you say tech founders, I say entrepreneurs. I hope we're saying the same thing. So let me just stick to your narrative, tech founders.
Okay.
So for tech founders today, and a good number of them don't see the need of having a mentor, and they don't know it to fast track the process. Some are just believe that I have the tech skills and I know how to sell, and I think that I can cut my way through. But if you really want to achieve something, you really need to find out people that have done it and see how to leverage their experience and their wealth of knowledge to be able to scale as well.
What you just said now about entrepreneurs needing like a basic knowledge of business management, because the last guest that came on, Mrs. Toki, she was like, it's because that's the only way you can actually understand what your consultants coming to tell you. You need to have a basic knowledge when they're trying to advise you on any, an issue or whatever it is you're faced with.
Absolutely.
So I actually totally get that. Kindly share 3 major challenges tech founders have to deal with in the Nigerian environment.
Okay, in the Nigerian environment, well, there are myriads of challenges. Fortunately, my person and my makeup, I rather like to see the solutions at the end of the road. So I think more of the solutions and the answers than the challenges and the problems.
Okay.
So if we keep counting problems and challenges, we will not live here. So tech founders and challenges, maybe challenges of power, challenges of access to funding, challenges of banks will not give you money, challenges of harsh regulatory environment, challenges of inconsistent government policies, challenges of name it, you get, and a whole lot of that. But in the midst of these myriad of challenges, people have built multi-billion-dollar businesses in Nigeria. So what tech founders need to understand that they need to build themselves to be able to circumvent and leapfrog and overcome those challenges and stay afloat and build a sustainable business. So that's my advice to tech founders. Those challenges maybe will not go away, and Nigeria is not immune to those challenges alone. Every part of the world have their various challenges. I understand that Nigerians have some peculiar challenges, and maybe recently one of the most challenging thing for tech entrepreneurs or tech founders today is the jackpot syndrome as well. So you want to start a business and you're looking at, okay, maybe Nigeria is not the right place for me to do it. Let me go to the UK, to the US, or any part of the world to do it. But the mistake a good number of them do not understand is that Nigeria is an emerging market. The places you're running to, they are saturated economies. And the capability for you to turn around an idea and transform it into a viable businesses it happens quickly in an emerging market than in a saturated economy. So that's why you want to ask yourself, how many Nigerians have gone to build global businesses outside this country? Think in the last 10 years. They are successful career people. They go to a bank, they go to academia, and they succeed. But build a business and let it thrive, and they're making their money. We are seeing them. Maybe the last we heard of is Harry Akande. Maybe, and those people are in their 50s and their 60s. In the last 10 years, say one young entrepreneur left this country, started a business in the US. Please tell me one. I don't know of any. Started a business in the UK, and his words, and we are clapping for him. We've not seen of recent times. So what tech founders need to understand that the challenges will not go away, but where you have lots of challenges, you just need to tap into your creative geniuses to create solutions to solve those problems.
Okay, so how can you prepare your startup for your tech startup for investments or funding?
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind is that every tech founder needs to keep proper books. That's very important. You have your cash flows, you have your P&L, you have your income statements, you have your balance sheets, and prepared by trusted accountants, not people by the side. That's very important. Properly audited. So because that's the things that the investors will first ask for. And yes, so that's it. And there's a lot of then also too, preparing for investment is not just about your financials.
Okay.
Your company structure also has to be very clear. They'll ask for your CAC document. How many shares of the company do you have? Who are your founders? Who are your investors? Everything has to be very clear. So yes, because that's a very, very, very important part of the investment plan. So if you're getting VC money, for instance, they're going to be bringing in their money, they'll be taking equity. So they need to understand that everything is fine. So your financials, your company documents also, then your business model. They're going to critique your business model very, very properly. So you're asking funders to come in. Do you have the right? But what's your sales strategy? First, what's your product? What's your service? What's your market? What's what's the capacity for you to maximize that market properly? Do you have a product to market fit? Do you have testimonials? Do you have people that have used the product and they're very, very happy? So those are the things that is also going to count as well when people are trying to bring in money to invest into the business.
So are we saying that it's impossible, or don't let me say, but what I get from what you're saying is it's going to be very difficult for someone that has like an idea, if you've not been able to prove, or if you've not been able to make a sale, how easy is it to get investments?
Okay, so there are some kind of investors that they call angel investors.
Okay.
So angel investors, they look at your idea and they see capacity for you to make money, even if you don't have. The Google guys, they just met somebody, although they went around, they didn't want to start a company. They built a search engine. They just wanted to the need was working. They wanted to just sell it. So they said, okay, let's go ahead and talk to a few people. And they got somebody that was like, okay, I'd like to invest in this. And he wrote $100,000 check, and they didn't even have a bank account. It was the check that they got that they now use to go and look for a bank account. So you can have an idea that it's not just PowerPoint slides. If it's PowerPoint, there are some people that do invest in you, but the likelihood is going to be very, 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 very slim. Now, your PowerPoint slide, you don't develop a working product or a working model of your product. Now, that working model, people can see it, they can interact, and they can see what you are saying. That arouses their curiosity, and also gives them clarity of what's possible. So some people can invest in you as well. So that's angels or the venture capitals, as the case may be. And yes, that's how some people make money.
You're saying that it's easier for people that just have ideas that they've not turned into products. It's easier for them to get funding or financing from
It's slimmer.
Or it's
slimmer, but there's a possibility for them to get funding from angel investors.
So it's better for them to go. Are you saying it's better for them to go after angel investors than venture
Capitals.
capitalists?
Well, some angel investors are venture capitalists.
Okay.
Yes, and but what I always advise people to do is, when you have an idea, let the idea speak for itself. Turn the idea into a product, a solution that people can relate to, even if you don't have a user base. Then you can even go a stretch and have what they call a freemium plan. Give it to users, people to test it and see it. So when you're talking to an investor and say, oh, I have 5,000 users of this product already. Now, those users are giving you feedback and they are providing some market validation. So when Facebook started, all that we just had were people using the product, and the most fascinating thing was the number of time they spent on Facebook. Now, because they spent those number of time on Facebook, we were ready to give Facebook tens of millions of dollars to advance that product. Because if you spend X number of time here and I show you ads, the potential to turn those ads around. So there are different ways to make money. You don't need to start making money for you to be investment ready.
Investable.
Yeah, investable. You get. So, but if you look at these models, I have the idea, and you turn the idea into a working solution, and you have some test takeoff users, it creates more validation than when you're just carrying PowerPoint. Stock is cheap, my dear. Anybody can talk, but the doing is what makes difference.
What matters.
Yes.
Please share 2 to 3 strategies that can be used to test minimum viable product. Can you share like 2 to 3 strategies that can be used to test a minimum viable product for proof of concept?
Okay, so yes, to test a minimum viable product, one is to offer the product for free to a closed user group. So closed users, people that you can have access to and that can give you very objective feedback.
Okay.
So closed user group, you enter into a community, enter into a school, enter into a church, enter into a mosque. You get, and I have this product, it will help you to do XYZ, test it for 1 month, give me your feedback, closed user group, and you have access to them and they can give you honest feedback.
Okay.
Another one is, the freemium, plan. Mm-hmm. The freemium plan is, the users, you don't know them, but you advertise to them, you meet them where they are, whether online or offline, and you just talk about the product and get them to try it out, use it, and create a platform where they give you feedback on the product. So these are very, very, very objective ways to test the strategies for your minimum viable product.